therefore, basically, symbolically, and you could say physically, but symbolically, he is the Ark of the Covenant. Because Jeremiah, he lost the Ark of the, well, he didn't lose it. He hid it, and then they lost it, which was in, what was it again? Second Maccabees? I read it yesterday. Damn it. Can you go on? I read it somewhere. Was it Maccabees?
We have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens, a minister
Oh yeah. Can you get this one? Second Maccabees.
of the sanctuary and of the true tabernacle, which the Lord pitched, and not man.
It was the Lord's pitch and not man.
For every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and to sacrifice. Wherefore it is of necessity.
Necessity.
Necessity that this man have somewhat also to offer.
Yeah, it's necessary for this man. That's also somewhat to offer God.
For if he were on earth, he should not be a priest, seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law, who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of Yahweh when he was about to make the tabernacle.
Because Moses used to be the middleman.
Yeah.
Moses used to be the middleman between Israel and the Most High. Why? Because when the Most High wanted to wait, let me say that. When the people wanted to speak to the Most High, what happened? Thunders, earthquakes came, and they said, whoa. Check this out.
Wait a minute.
You talk to him. You talk to him. So then he became the mediator between the Most High and him, and then therefore, with the Most High and them, and then therefore, the Levites of his tribe, they became then from there on the mediator between the Most High and the children of Israel. But Yahushua came, and then he took over the role of the Levites, and then he became the mediator, and then therefore now the Levites also pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for their sin forgiveness.
But also, that was already the case. We just didn't know that angel that was how do you say that? Was in the wilderness and stuff like that.
Oh, no.
That was Yahushua, you know. So we were already praying to Yahushua in that time. We just didn't know it yet, you know.
Yahushua was already helping us in the time
exactly.
in the time of when we came out of Egypt.
Yeah, man.
In the time of Egypt itself. Give me that in Wisdom of Solomon 18, where it says that thy word leaped, thy mighty word leaped out of heaven.
Let me finish this out.
Can you read it? What's that?
I have a lot of study to do.
Yeah, man.
I don't know this.
And after that, we have the one in Corinthians.
Yeah, give me that in Corinthians after this. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 18.
Yeah, well, they're talking about the same thing.
Who?
Adonaka and Araya.
Really?
Yeah.
About what?
About coming in the truth, knowing of it, and going back into it.
Oh. That's spiritual. Chill. Fusion, man.
Fusion with the bad fusion, y'all.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be all bloated up. Then we do the other one that's bad, we turn into me skinny. He's gonna be the fat one. I'm gonna be, but the fat one still can fight. I'm gonna be the skinny one. Is that a booty? I see a booty. I mean spoils. You know when you go to work. Y'all thought I was talking about a girl. No, I was actually talking about a girl, but then I switched it up because I don't want to talk about girls all the time, which I don't. That's them. Can you go on?
Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea.
Right.
And we're all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
Right. This was in the time when we came out of Egypt through the waters. Right, go on.
And did all eat the same spiritual meat,
And we all ate the same meat.
and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them,
That they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them. So who's that spiritual rock?
and that rock was Yahushai.
That's the fun part. That rock was Yahushai. He was the angel in the midst of the sea. When the sea was split up in the book of Exodus chapter 14. When you read that chapter, you would see they took a whole chunk of that chapter out of every movie that they made of Moses and the Ten Commandments. They took that whole packet, man, they took a whole chunk out. Because the angel was there, blocking the people. When it was dark, when it was daytime, he was making it dark for them
Yeah.
and daylight for the Israelites.
Yeah, man.
They took that out of the movie too. They just showed just this in the movie. They came out to Egypt, and then they went into the water, and then they saw him, and then they basically clashed them in the water. That's the end of the movie, basically. But in real life, it took days. It took days, man. They had days on land where the angel had held them back, and then he gave light to the Israelites, but darkness unto them. And then they went on dry land, right? They split open the sea, and it literally is written. It says, and then they stepped up on dry land after that the Heavenly Father had opened the sea. They stepped on dry land, man. You know what I'm saying? So this shows you that the land was dry. And then they want to tell you that that was some kind of natural phenomenon that the water split like that. How do you explain the dry land? They didn't make a mistake when they wrote the Bible, especially not in the Hebrew. Ain't no mistake over there. But then can you go on to the Wisdom of Solomon 18 after this one?
Wisdom of Solomon 18 and wait.
Where it says the word, like mighty word leaped out of heaven.
You have to tell me where it is. I don't have it marked in
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 verse
15.
15?
15.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 15. Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven.
Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven. That was in the time of Egypt. That also they took out the movie. They didn't put this part in the movie when they made the movie about Exodus. Why? Because they want to put their own shit. That's why until this day I haven't watched the NWA movie and I haven't watched the Tupac movie. Because the people that were friends of NWA Eazy-E and other people that was friends of Tupac, they said that movie was full of shit. Those movies are full of shit. They have their own little things to make it exciting for the people in Hollywood. Because in Hollywood, they always have like stupid, like plot games, you know? Nonsense. That's why these movies nowadays, they look so scripted. Because back in the days, the movies looked real. They was dope. You know, there was a real adventure watching the movie. Because they put time, sweat, and blood in it. But nowadays, they just make movies just to make money. Just like the music. Nowadays, they make music just to make money. You know what I'm saying? They ain't making music for the love of it. You know, they love it for the money's sake. They're not making it for themselves. What they want to do is they want to get rich quick or die trying. You know? But back in the days, they was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I like the money and the fame, but my passion is this music. And that's why the music back in the days was beautiful compared to now. You know? Nowadays you got garbage, man. People be listening to auto-tunes, man. The only auto-tune guy that I ever liked is the guy from California Love. That's the only one that I'll be like, yeah, I'll listen to him. You know, I forgot his name. I always forget his name. What's his name again? Yeah. He's not that known actually.
Zapper Roger. Yeah, but that's not autotune. That's something else before autotune.
Yeah, he had this pipe in his mouth, and he was like, that shit was dope. That was real. That was real dope. You know? But this auto-tune is like, it's like computer made with it. He had something in his mouth, man. Computer love. Can you read on? Oh, you was reading?
Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 15. An almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction.
As a fierce man of war into the land of destruction. Now, if you read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17, it's going to talk about Egypt and how ghosts was there, how people was, they just dropped dead from shocking. You know what I'm saying? They saw apparitions and stuff like that. They were so afraid. The thickness was so thick that they couldn't light a light in front of them, and they can see shit. The thickness was so thick that they could feel it. That's how scared they were. They was hearing sounds. What's that? Who's that?
The sound of predator in the night,
man.
you know?
You got animals breathing.
I sent you the guy, by the way, the voice actor of Predator. You should check it out, man. He did the same. He's the same one that made the Optimus Prime song.
I gotta watch it.
That's why I
now,
said
man.
no. You always talk about Optimus Prime and you like Predator. Then I said, hey, I have to send you this, man.
I didn't know that. Oh,
You should check it out, man.
Hey, dang.
It's the same guy.
Hey, son of a gun.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I gotta watch this shit, man. Yo, all my favorite things is coming to pass, man. You know what I'm saying? I like Jason, I like Freddy. They made a movie, Freddy versus Jason. I'm like, motherfucker read my mind.
On television?
The movie show.
Yeah, on television?
Yeah, no, the movies. Movies. It came on television, but it was in the movies or theaters. I didn't go there, but of course I'll just watch it at home. I never go to the Vioscope. I don't go to the theaters, man.
No, I don't
I
watch
stream that shit. It's a waste of my money, and I hate people chewing when I'm eating. When I'm watching the movie. I want to smack the shit out of you. They laugh with the corny jokes. I laugh when the jokes are real, you know, when it's real funny. Not when the whole crowd laughs. Sometimes they laugh so hard I can't even hear what the guy's saying after that. I mean, why don't you shut up? Oh, shut the fuck up.
Did you hear what he said?
Shut up.
Talking while you're watching.
I'll bang you at your butt. Why would I do that? It's better for me not to go there and watch the movie in the patience of my home, so I can pause when I feel like it and you can rewind and replay it.
Like the movie Lantern.
Yeah.
Brother Rakar went to watch it and he said Jake Woman was screaming, "Kill that cracker!" Kill that cracker!
What?
Yeah, man.
In the movie?
Yeah,
theater?
man.
God damn.
But everyone was cheering, you know. Oh yeah, get him. You know, yeah. He was explaining, you know. Someone need to kill that cracker.
So that Jake
Woman.
she was in her right mind, man. You don't hear that often.
No.
Normally you would hear, no, don't do it. Think of the babies. Think of the babies. Think of the children. Think of the children. Can you read on? Wait, who's reading?
Yeah.
And then, after that, go to John chapter 1, verse 14 to show you who's the Word. The almighty Word that leapt down and started killing people. And who did he kill? He killed the firstborn sons of the Egyptians. That's Yahushua. He was the one that did that. He was the one that leapt. Thine almighty Word leaped out of heaven and came down in the midst of a wicked land and killed the firstborns. He killed them. That's right. Can you get to John?
This is go to John now.
Yeah, John 1 and 14.
Go. This is John chapter 1, verse 14. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
That's it. The Word was made flesh. Thine almighty Word jumped out of heaven. That Word was Yahushua. So guess what? The angel of death that came to Egypt, that was Yahushua. He was the one that killed them. You can read Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 15 and 16. 15 and 16.
Okay. Verse 16. Wisdom of Solomon 18, verse 16.
Yeah.
No, start at 15 again.
Yeah, okay. Thine almighty Word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction.
That's what he did. Right, go on.
And brought thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword, and standing up filled all things with death.
He filled all things with death. That's what Yahushua did.
Yep.
Everything he killed them. Especially the firstborn and I think the animals too. Did he kill the animals?
Yeah,
he killed the
he
animals.
also
Yeah,
killed
he
the
killed the animals
Yeah.
because he wanted to starve them to death. Now they don't have no more food. So he killed the animals and he killed the firstborn of the Egyptians. Come on.
Come. And it touched the heaven, but it stood upon the earth.
Right, go to John now.
Come. This is John 1 and 14. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth.
Which was Yahushua. He was that word that leaped out of heaven. But anyway, go to an Maccabees, for the second Maccabees 2 and 1
Come.
until 8.
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 1. It is also found in the records that Jeremy the prophet commanded them that were carried away to take off the fire
Jeremy is Jeremiah,
as it had been signified,
as it had been signified. So he told them what to do. Go on.
and how that the prophet, having given them the law, charged them not.
Wait, before you go on. It's
Okay.
been found in the records. Now, Chronicles is records too. The Chronicles, First Chronicles and Second Chronicles is records. So it's found in the documents. So can you read it again? First one.
2 Maccabees 2 and 1. It is also found in the records that Jeremy the prophet commanded them that were carried away to take off the fire as it had been signified. And how that the prophet, having given them the law, charged them not to forget the commandments of the Lord, and that they should not err in their minds when they see images of silver and gold with their ornaments.
Right, don't err. Don't make mistakes. Don't go into error. Go on.
Like Achan, right?
Yeah.
And with other such speeches exhorted he them that the law should not depart from their hearts. It was also contained in the same writing that the prophet, being warned of the Most High, commanded the tabernacle and the ark to go with him as he went forth into the mountain where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of the Most High.
Right, go on. There where Moses climbed up was on Mount Sinai. Go on.
And when Jeremy came thither, he found an hollow cave wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark and the altar of incense.
So Jeremiah laid the tabernacle, right? And the Ark of the Covenant. He laid it in the cave.
Gone. And so stopped the door.
Right, and he basically stopped the door. He closed it. Right? So he found a hidden place, and there he went and he put the ark there. Go on.
And some of those that followed him came to mark the way,
Right.
but they could not find it.
Right. They came to mark the way, but they couldn't find it. So it was hidden. The Most High didn't want the Ark of the Covenant to be found. And therefore, later on, it was actually done so that the Ark of the Covenant would be basically gone. But then Yahushua would be the Ark of the Covenant symbolically. Go on.
Gone.
Until 8.
Which when Jeremiah perceived, he blamed them, saying, as for that place, it shall be unknown until the time that the Most High gather his people again together and receive them unto mercy.
And that mercy is Yahushua, because he's that mercy seat that was on the Ark of the Covenant. That's why he's known as the Spirit of Grace, which is mentioned in the book of Hebrews chapter 10. Verse, let me see, Hebrews 10, and let me read it. It says here, Hebrews 10 and 29. I started 28. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sorer punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy, who had trodden under foot the Son of the Most High, and had counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing, and had done despite unto the Spirit of grace. Yahushua is that Spirit of grace. Now it might be hard that I just read that, especially for the people that don't understand English that good. So I'm going to read it again. So it says, of how much sore punishment. So it says, of how much more grievous punishment, right? Suppose ye, do you think, shall he thought worthy, is a man worthy, right? Who had trodden underfoot the Son of the Heavenly Father. So it says, how much more punish? So if already with Moses' law you die in the presence of 2 or 3, how much more do you need to die? Will you die, and will you be punished if you step on the Son of the Heavenly Father? Because 2/3 of Israel did that. That's why in slavery, for example, these things, these atrocities happen to the children of Israel because we're the children of Israel, right? That's why these things happen there unto the children of Israel. Because when our people murdered the Lord, because they caused the Roman to murder the Lord, when they did that, they said, let his blood be upon us and upon our children. We don't care. Just kill him. So, and they said, Caesar is our king. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of our people suffered as much as they suffer now. Because of their own mouths. Because of their own mouths, the curses came upon them through their ancestors upon their children, and they are their children of their ancestors. And guess what? They are their ancestors that came back in the flesh. Right? Because the spirit never dies. It's the flesh that died. Right? So it says here, who had trodden underfoot the Son of God and had counted the blood of the covenant, and you look at the blood of the covenant, which is Yahushua, he's that blood, wherewith he was sanctified with that blood of the covenant, right? An unholy thing. So now you trodden down the Son of God and you call him an unholy thing, and it said that even under the law of Moses, under 2 or 3 people, you was already killed. How much more horribly will you be punished when you step on the Son of God and you call him an unholy thing? And it says, an unholy thing, and had done despite unto the Spirit of grace, and have done wickedness unto the Spirit of grace. How much more punishment do you think you deserve? If you already get killed by 2 or 3 witnesses under the law of Moses, how much more do you need to be killed when you disrespect the Son of the Most High? You need to be killed 10 times worse. And that is literally what happened. You know? That's why our people until this day be suffering. They don't even know what color they are. They call themselves black people. That's not a race, that's a color. What are you talking about? You're a nation of people. But our people don't understand that. They call themselves a continent. Oh, I'm African. That's a continent. That's not a people. And by the way, it's an Edomite that named that continent. His name was Leoskipicus Africanus. But loose from that, Africa is a continent. You are not a continent. You're a people. And what people are you? The people of the Most High, the Israelites, the children, the sons of Jacob, and therefore the daughters.
And back in the day, we knew who we were, man. The son of Shem, the son of Arphaxad, or yeah, you would go back to Abraham, I believe, even, man.
Yeah,
And you would know whose forefather, who was your forefather, man.
Right.
You know, like 10 generations back and stuff like that. You know, and if you even mentioned your name, it was your father. It was your father's name also in there,
Yeah.
and then your name in it, and then the name of the tribe, and then the forefather of the forefather of how do you say that? Of the sub clan that you came out of, like
Elijah
Benjamin.
the Tishbite.
Exactly. Like if Benjamin had a certain children that were dwelling in another region, like Gilead or something like that, you know, then you would call yourself your forefather a Gileadite, which is the son of Benjamin, and you know, back like that, man.
After the regions and the countries,
Yeah, man.
you had Simon the Canaanite.
So you already knew by how a man said his name, where he came from, and who his forefather was, because everyone knew kinda who was where, you know. Oh yeah, you're from close to Tyre. Okay, that must be Zebulon then, because Zebulon is close to water, right?
Right.
You know,
Just like I
that's
said.
beautiful, man.
Just like I said, Simon the Canaanite, he wasn't no Canaanite. He was an Israelite, one of the apostles, and he was living in the midst of the Canaanites. So they called him Simon the Canaanite. You know what I'm saying?
And the clothing also. We lost everything, man. The clothing, the family signets, you know, things like that, man. We lost everything.
Can you read verse 8, the last one?
Okay. With
Second
Maccabees.
Maccabees, yeah.
Second Maccabees 2 and 8. Then shall the Lord show them these things, and the glory of the Lord shall appear, and the cloud also, as was shown under Moses,
Right.
And as
That cloud that was showed unto Moses, that's talking about the spaceship. So Moses saw it. The same chariot Moses saw it. No?
God. Then shall the Lord show them these things, and the glory of the Lord shall appear, and the cloud also, as it was showed under Moses, and as when Solomon desired that the place might be honorably sanctified.
Right. But go to now, let me see, Hebrews chapter 8.
Hebrews chapter 8.
No, him.
Oh,
He was reading it.
Back to Hebrews chapter 8 and 5. Who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of Yahweh.
Admonished.
It's like
this is a man.
admonished of Yahweh when he was about to make the tabernacle. For see, said he, that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount.
And Moses saw the pattern and how it was supposed to, how it was made. And this was done again in the form of Yahweh Shai. But go on.
But now had now had he obtained a more excellent ministry, by whom much also he is the mediator.
By how much? Read it slow.
Let me start again.
Yeah, read it slow. Don't read it too fast.
But
How much?
but now had he obtained a more excellent ministry,
Right.
by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant.
He is the mediator of that better covenant, which shows you that he is that Ark of the Covenant. You know what I'm saying? He is the one that sit in the middle of the angels. That's the mercy seat. Because the angels were sitting one on the head and the other one on the feet. When how you call her? When Mary Magdalene looked up in the tomb, the sepulchre tomb, and then he saw them. He saw them sitting there, and she was, hey, where's that man that was sitting there, lying there? Oh, he rose up and left. He told y'all that, right? That's
Dead
crazy.
man, you know he died, man.
Right, yeah.
You went to his funeral, man.
He can't just move that stone. That stone was big ass boulder, man. You got to be real strong. Yahweh Shai probably opened it. He came out the tomb, moved it. You know. You remember that cartoon from back in the days that said in the Open Sesame,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Jen?
Yeah, I remember.
With Alibaba or some shit like that, right? Open Sesame.
What I did with his mind.
I know. You know. But then, can you go on? Who's reading? You?
Which was established upon a better promise.
Right? Which was established upon a better promise. And that better promise is that new covenant. And that is what we're going to read right here. Can you get that in Jeremiah 31 and 31? That's that new covenant that Yahweh Shai is going to give unto us, man. And that's that real, well, not real, I mean, that's that real powerful covenant that we're going to get, right? The first covenant, which we break. And that's a dude, I knew it was a dude, man. These motherfuckers is popping up out the
What's happening
woodworks.
today?
I don't know, man. Some kind of feast day or something like that.
Fried shit?
I see some whack ass shit going on, man. I see a dude look like a girl. He really looked like a girl. I was looking at it, but I was thinking in my head like maybe it's just a big bitch. You know? Shit. I didn't stare at it.
It's a girl?
It's a man. It's a boy.
Oh, man.
It's a boy.
This world,
It's a boy, man.
this world is
Yeah, man.
really good.
You know what I'm saying? It's going berserk.
But thank you for the words, man.
It's cool, man.
Okay,
Shalom.
hey, have a nice day, man.
Bye,
You're
bye,
doing
bye.
good, man. You're
yeah,
on the right track, man.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah, all right, this up.
Yeah. Okay, man.
Let's go.
Shalom.
Shalom.
You go up to it. Hey, how you doing, girl? Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Don't call me good. I'm a man. Hey, you got people get angry, huh? You know, a guy big ass shoulders, you know, you know, and he's saying you need to call me man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Dudes. But go on. Who's reading? Yeah, who's reading? Give me Jeremiah 31.
Come. This is Jeremiah chapter 31,
Verse 31.
verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord.
So, but the Most High already prophesied it. He said, they show their countenance as Sodom, and they hide it not. So he knew that they was happy, because back in the days they wouldn't dare do this shit. They were not there. They wouldn't dare do this shit. Even Esau would gay bash you, probably rape you before he gay bash you, but you know, on the secret tip,
And even the people that were doing wicked behind the scenes were ready to put you to death, man.
Right.
That's how much.
Right.
That's how much hypocrisy there
Right.
was also
Behind
to keep
the
that
scenes,
image, you know. Behind the scenes they do their wickedness.
Yeah, man.
But if they find you doing something, they're ready to put you to death, man.
And the guy probably was gonna say, man, you slept with me yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Fuck his ass up before he could even speak. Hit him in the face, that lying motherfucker. Hit him in the face.
Hit him in the throat.
Hit him in the
Bearing
throat.
false witness.
He's lying. He's trying to kill me along with himself.
Yeah, man.
I didn't do nothing.
They left blood
It
anyways.
wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. Where is he? Bitch, shit like that, man. But then I go on.
Come. So this is Jeremiah 31 and 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt,
Right.
which my covenant they break,
Right.
although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel
The new covenant,
after those days, saith the Lord.
which is the one that Yahweh Shai is going to bring us in. Go on. Well, the Most High is going to bring us in, but He's going to send His Son to give it unto us, to deliver us into the new covenant. Go on.
Come. I will make, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts,
Right.
and will be their God, and they shall be my people.
That's that perfection. Go on.
And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor.
Because in the new covenant, if you are already in the new covenant, then you should not be teaching people, because everybody would know the truth then. This shows you how strongly full of delusions these people are by basically not even breaking down that part good. It says that in the new covenant, we will not teach ourselves our neighbors anymore, because everybody will know the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Can you go on?
Come. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them.
From the least of them unto the greatest of them shall know them in the new covenant. So what are these guys talking about? They're already in the new covenant. I'll be looking at you like you are one of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet Earth, because ain't no way the Most High didn't put spirits on you. It has to be, because it says here that once we are in the new covenant, all Israel will know me. Finish the sentence.
Come.
Precept too?
Yeah.
For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
Our sins still remembered? Yes. Did you get sick this year? Did you get sick last year? Did you hurt?
Do you have crippled people in your family
Do you have people that died in your family
that are Israelites?
that are Israelites? You know what I'm saying? Do you have people that get like skin rashes? Do you have people that, you know, get like a coughing and shit like that? And hey, all them sicknesses is goes back to sins. You sinned, well, guess what? Tomorrow is Nick. 25 years after that, you're gonna get sick. The sin that you did back then, guess what? Let's say 300 years later, you're gonna get judged for that shit that you did, man. Look at the pharaohs. The Egyptians. They got judged 400 years later. So it took the most. It took the most. Not it took them, but he already prophesied that it would be 400. But it took the Most High basically 400 years to punish him. What makes you think that he can't wait a couple of 100 years? He doesn't have no time. He ain't got no job or some shit like that. He's not like, no, I gotta wake up early in the morning tomorrow, gotta work for Ether, you know, and
So
fame.
1 day is like 1,000.
Yeah, he don't even sleep. The ain't the whole side don't sleep.
Omnipotent.
You know what I'm saying? He don't sleep. He don't do stuff like that, man. He got infinite power, man. You know what I'm saying? But then
Gotta read something.
yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 9, and it reads, "For we know in part, and we prophesy in part,
That's good.
but when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away."
Bubbly.
And we're back.
And we're back. Bubbles.
Y'all brothers is
I'm
going
gonna
on,
burst your
right?
bubble. Boop.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 9, and it reads, "For we know in part, and we prophesy in part."
Yeah, so that's why we don't talk about the tribe of Dan, for example, like some dudes do. Oh, this is what happened to the tribe of Dan. They went over here.
Yeah, man. Hey,
sucks.
type in the tribe of Dan breakdown.
Yeah.
You find people, man.
You find people do that shit, man. We know that they went to Denmark, the mark of Dan. We know that they went there. We know that there was the Vikings. But other than that, we leave it at that, man. There's history that shows you that they were there, and that it was them.
Their
They was
alphabet,
paranoid.
the alphabet is just like the Paleo Hebrew, man.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So we know that those are the Vikings or the tribe of Dan. Those are our people. We know this. But are we really going to go deep down into what happened to them nowadays? We know that in Suriname you have, I know this, because you have certain places they're called Dan. I saw that shit. I was like, of course I didn't know scriptures, but you have places. You have a place in Suriname they call Beersheba. It's like, yeah, that's Beersheba. So what the fuck? I read it to make sure if that was it. I saw Dan Kriki, which is Dan's river.
You have those
You know what I'm saying?
Amalekites in it, so
What?
those Amalekites in
No,
there
man,
too.
no. I don't know, man.
Because I
You
saw
have it's a Suriname name. It's not that. But anyway, you have Dan Kriki, which is Dan's Creek. You have other Dan names, but it's all Suriname. But you have Dan in the name, and it's Dan. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you have all those things in Suriname, man. These different places. What's up? What's up? Yo, go. You, yo, yo. Let's go, man. Yo, yo. You have certain different places in Suriname that's called Dan. You know, I can't get them off the top of the head, but you can Google it. Places in Suriname called Dan. You know. Yeah, but go on.
verse 10. But then, that's like it. But when,
But like I said, I don't know. I don't know why they did it. He said Amalekites went over there and named the place. It's like, okay, it's possible.
the Amalekites, they're the ones that ran the slave trade. They're the ones that funded it. They're the ones that were in the
Yeah,
midst.
but they didn't get there. Listen, Suriname was actually a place for our transportation. That's why when you go over there, most of the time it's only one road, because they came in, took the mineral resources, then they came out, then they went out. You had people that was living in the bush. Those places are called Dan and stuff like that, and those were the ones that were never slaves. Because in Suriname you have people that are never slaves. They were never slaves. Well, not like the slave descendants. They're different. You know what I'm saying? You had people that was already there when we came there. You see, I'm a boat rider. You had people in Suriname that was already there, Jakes, that looked like West Africans. They until this day they speak the same language. You had a guy from West Africa. He went into Suriname, and no, I'm the Creole. And then he went to Suriname, and then he started talking to the people in his language.
The elder, right?
Yeah. And then the people started talking the same language to him, and he started crying. He was like, "Oh man, I can't believe this. Even after 400 years, y'all still speak the same language. After 400 years, you know." And he was crying. But you can find that on YouTube. But you need to Google it. You need to type in West African from West Africa went to Suriname and trying to go off of there. If I remember it, I'll put it in the description box. If I don't, try and remember me. Put the comment if you want to. And if you want to find it, put the comment and remind me, and I'll make sure that I upload it, and you will see. Because I do have it on my computer. I just don't know if I'm gonna remember it if you don't tell me. If you tell me, then I'm gonna remind it. You know, I'm gonna remember it. But you know.
Verse 10. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away.
When that which is perfect is come, then that, 1 Corinthians chapter 13. When that which is perfect is come, which is Yahushua, then that which is in part shall be done away with. We don't know all things then. So when they say GMS is 100%, they do. They have 100% of 70% that we have been given. That's what Moses was told. These things thou write and these things thou hide. The things that are hidden, those are the 15%. And then Ezra was told also, these things you manifest, and these things you manifest only to the ones that you know that are able to understand it. So guess what? A lot of things we're not going to tell you, starting with the elder apostles on down. First and foremost, the book of 2nd Ezra 12, or was it 11? 11. He didn't tell anybody. There's not really a breakdown on it. There's a breakdown now, if you can find it. But in the beginning, it was not really given out to everybody. Because it goes into history and stuff like that too. You know, you got to know the history.
But also
in order-
Daniel 11 also.
Daniel 11. You got to know the history in order to actually break down those two chapters. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes into history, man. Namely the Greek Empire, Roman Empire, and stuff like that, right? And yeah, it goes into that, man. So if you know that, then once you read it, you're going to kind of know. But you still need a guide. Acts chapter 8. You still need a guide in order to guide you through these paths, through these watery paths, which is the scriptures. It's a waterfall, man. It's like a river that's full of turmoil for the ones that are fitted for destruction, man. Like 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 16, which says that some wrestle with the scriptures unto their own destruction. Those scriptures are for those people a raging river full of dead bodies. But once an elected one comes and read that same river, that river will calm down, and he could just plainly break it down, and then he would hand it back to you, and it turns into turmoil again, turbulence, and you don't know what the hell you're reading. And if you go and try to break it down, you're gonna get destroyed for your false breakdowns and your false information. That's why a lot of people, they're gonna get killed breaking down these scriptures and stuff like that, thinking that the Most High is dealing with you. I ain't that problem. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's dealing with me, let's say that. But I know he's dealing with the other apostles, so as long as you listen to the other apostles on down,
Speak the same things.
then you speak the same things, then your Yahweh is going to be good, man. Why? You can't go wrong. Unless they go wrong, then you go wrong too.
Yeah.
But that's what's up. But yeah. But can you read them?
Back to Hebrews
Oh,
8.
ja, kan je me horen? Oké. Nee, omdat je zo deed.
Ik wou jullie niet storen, maar ik wou zeggen...
Oh. Kijken, je kan vragen stellen hoor. Weet je waarover we praten?
Ik denk het wel, ja.
Over wat dan?
Jezus zwart was.
Ja?
Dat is de Bijbel.
Ja, en wat nog meer?
Nee, dat weet ik niet.
Oké, wij praten over dat deze mensen, je kent toch de 12 zonen van Jacob?
Ik ben niet zo heel bij
Bijbel?
maar vertel.
Maar je hebt gehoord van de kinderen van Israël, toch?
Ja,
Oké, de kinderen van Israël zijn eigenlijk deze mensen. Die mensen die nu in Israël zijn,
ja.
ze noemen zichzelf Joden, toch?
Ja.
Oké, die zijn niet de echte Joden volgens de Bijbel.
Er wonen
Volgens-
ook Joden in andere landen, toch?
Ik weet het, ik
In,
weet het.
Jemen en
Juist.
overal toch?
Juist,
ook
maar
wel-
er zijn
ja.
12 stammen. Juda
Ja,
is eigenlijk alleen één stam.
ja oké.
Er zijn er nog 11 andere stammen.
Ja,
En die komen van een man.
van de?
Van een man. Dus
man.
één man, hij
Ja.
heette eerst Jacob. Later
Ja.
is zijn naam naar Israël veranderd. En toen ging hij naar
Oké.
een land,
Ja,
toen werd dat land de land van Israël genoemd.
ja.
Hij had 12 zonen daar zo ook in het land.
Ja.
En al die 12 zonen hebben kinderen gekregen. Dus
Oh,
al
zo,
die
ja.
12 zonen,
Ja,
die afstammelingen van hun,
ja,
dat zijn dus dan wij.
ja.
Dit zijn onze gegeven namen
Ja.
Deze Negro's, Latino's en Indianos. En dit zijn de Bijbelse namen
Ja.
die wij eigenlijk hebben.
Oké, ja.
Dus
Wat
daarover
is dit voor-
praten we.
Dit vind ik een heel akelig plaatje.
Dit is
snap
de
ik niet zo
RFID chip wat de regering gaat implementeren om mensen te geven om iedereen te chippen.
goed. Welke regering?
De zogenoemde witte regering, de zogenoemde Nederland, Amerika, Australië,
Alle NATO-landen sowieso.
en Amerika, Australië,
Die daarmee
Engeland,
sympathiseren, zeg maar.
Engeland en dan basically de rest van de wereld. Ook die andere landen gaan het ook moeten doen. Waarom? Ze gaan gedwongen worden door de zogenoemde Caucasian ras. Ze gaan gedwongen worden om dit te nemen, want als je dit niet neemt, dan kan je niet kopen of verkopen.
Wat akelig.
Ja, dat is de plannen van de zogenoemde elites. Daarom proberen ze alles nu digitaal te maken. Weet je dat ze die banken dichtsluiten? Weet je waarom? Want dan kan je geen geld meer halen. Kijk, die bank daar is dicht.
Ja, die wordt
ING.
gebouwd, ja.
Hoe kan een bank failliet gaan?
De bank
Het
is
is
niet
niet failliet.
failliet.
Het is
Hij is niet
gewoon
failliet,
dicht.
hoor.
Ik weet dat het niet failliet
Ja.
is. Maar waarom gaat het
Ja.
dicht?
Ja.
Het gaat dicht omdat ze jou niet daar meer willen hebben. Kijk nu naar de post. Als je nu post hebt zo en je moet dingen met de regering doen, wat doen ze nu? Ze sturen je naar online. Ze zeggen zo, de regering is nu voor 2 jaar dicht. Weet je dat het nu dicht is? Pas volgend jaar gaat het weer open. Als je bijvoorbeeld wil handelen
Gaan
met
een
ze.
schoonmaken daar.
Ja, ik heb het niet over
School.
dit. Ik heb het
Oh.
over het stadsdeel.
Ah,
Als je bijvoorbeeld de stadsdeel hier zo wil gaan zo, om een
Ja.
afspraak te maken, kan niet meer. Je moet nu volgend jaar, moet je nu tot volgend jaar wachten.
Digitaal loketten.
Je moet
ja,
je
ja.
kan niet meer naar die loketten gaan, want
Ja.
ze willen geen interacties meer. Wat ze doen is, ze beginnen alles digitaal te maken en dan daardoor is het geld floating in the air.
Ja.
Is gewoon nummers.
Bestaat eigenlijk
Je kan,
niet meer, hè?
bestaat niet. Je kan gewoon 10.000 typen en jij kan gewoon 10.000 dan pinnen, maar je kan geen geld meer pinnen. Maar nu wel. Maar ze gaan ervoor zorgen dat je niet meer kan doen. Kijk, daar zo bijvoorbeeld in die Albert Heijn, daar hebben ze al nu gewoon self-service en zo. Daarom
Ja.
willen ze die mensen weg en dan willen ze alles laten motorizen. Bijvoorbeeld automatiseren. Ze willen alles robotachtig maken en
Ja.
zo. En dan daarvoor, als alles robotized is, automatiseren, dan gaan ze die chip inzetten, want dan wordt het makkelijk. Want er zijn toch al geen werkers meer in de winkel. Maar nu wel, maar ze gaan er naartoe. Daarom hebben ze self-service kassa's. Je kan gaan, je scant je dingen en je gaat er weer uit. Dit is om de mensen te normaliseren met dit systeem. Het systeem van de RFID-chip. Dat is het systeem en dit is in de Bijbel beschreven als het mark van het beest, wat je niet moet nemen, anders word je vernietigd door de Vader. Maar als je het niet van hun neemt, dan willen hun je doodmaken. Dat gaat komen. Want nu, ze gaan je ook starven to death door jou niet te laten eten. Daarom had je in de tijd van de corona, mocht je toch niet in winkels gaan, al had je honger. Je moet een masker op hebben. Dus basically wat ze willen doen is,
dat is toch niet zo erg om een masker op te doen?
nee maar wacht even, als ik niet wil.
Nou ja, dan kun je niet naar binnen.
Dat bedoel ik. Dus dan mag je, dus dan basically dan ben je discriminatie aan het doen. Je bent mij verbieden van het eten. Maar die grap is, waarom zijn wij eigenlijk afhankelijk van de regering? Moet je niet afhankelijk te zijn van jezelf en je eigen familie? Mensen horen eigenlijk land te hebben zodat ze kunnen planten. Maar hier kan je geen land kopen. Wat je hier hebt is je huurt perpetually voor eeuwig. Als bijvoorbeeld jouw ouders een huis hadden gehuurd en hun hele leven lang wonen ze daar. Eigenlijk hebben ze dat huis al dan gekocht. Als je al die rekeningen op gaat tellen, van al die jaren, bijvoorbeeld ze zijn in het land, ik bedoel in het huis, zijn ze 80 jaar, of nee, 60 jaar. Vanaf ze 20 zijn, totdat ze weet ik veel 80 zijn en zo. Oké, juist. Dus dat betekent, al het huur dat je hebt zitten betalen, als je dat om gaat rekenen, is het dan meer dan 300.000 zoveel.
Kan ik iets zeggen?
Dus dat betekent,
Ja, ik wil het
oké,
Kijk, weet je wat het ook is? Ze willen dit systeem hier, wat u hier ziet, willen ze waterdicht maken. Dus daarom zijn ze ook bezig met de boeren. Want de boeren die zorgen voor eten en drinken. Ze zeggen zonder de boer geen ene moer, toch? Want ze willen eigenlijk dat die boeren zeg maar minder produceren. En dat zij dan zeg maar controle hebben over het eten en drinken. De elite. Degene die de regels maken.
de koning
Degene die
van
tegen jou, degene die tegen u kunnen zeggen van dit jaar wordt je huur duurder. Of je erfpacht wordt meer. Of je moet een masker dragen.
Brood wordt nu 2 euro duurder.
Of je mag geen bus meer in en je mag niet meer cash betalen in de bus bijvoorbeeld.
Benzine wordt duurder.
Dat zijn die dingen, dat zijn die mensen.
Heeft u was een complot dat,
Het is geen complot. Het is,
het
je
moeilijk
kunt
is
het,
omdat dat het ergens naartoe leidt.
precies.
Maar wat betekent het woord complot? Of samenspraak, wat betekent het? Laten we dat even eerst vragen. Wat
Ja, ik
betekent
weet wel
het?
wat-
Wat betekent het dan? Zeg het dan.
Dat het een stiekem afspraak is waar de meeste mensen niet van weten.
Juist.
En,
Wat
ja.
is dan de Bilderberggroep?
Sorry?
Bilderberggroep. Bilderberggroep.
Geen idee.
Heb je nooit gehoord van een meeting van de heads of the world? Dus de koppen van de wereld, dat ze samenkomen bij secret meetings elke jaar? Weet je daar niet van?
Nee. Ik weet wel de
De
United
beeld-
Nations.
Ja, dat is één van ze. Maar oké, laten we bij de United Nations, want de Bilderberg is eigenlijk iets van Nederland. Maar anyway, laten we bij de United Nations gaan. Hebben hun geen secret meetings? Daar praten ze over hoe ze de wereld gaan governen. Mag jij daarvan weten? Hier zo Rutte, wanneer hij zijn geheime gesprek heeft of hoe hij met het land gaat regeren, hoe hij mensen gaat regeren, wat voor wetten eruit komen. Zijn ze niet een meeting aan het houden en dan later komen ze eruit zeggen ze zo van ja, we gaan deze wetten aanpassen vandaag of we gaan dit uitbrengen, nieuwe wetten zetten. Bijvoorbeeld je kan 9 uur moet je binnen zijn. Is dat niet een secret meeting? Tuurlijk zijn er secret meetings.
Maar geloof je dan ook dat dit ziekte corona niet bestaat of zo?
We weten daarvan, maar wat...
Ik ben heel ziek geweest van de corona.
Oké.
Ja.
Maar oké,
Ik heb er nog last van, 2 jaar
Oké.
geleden.
dat kan.
Heeft u injectie gehad?
Oké, heb je dat ervoor gehad of daarna?
Ik was al ziek toen ik nog net.
Oké,
Waarom lach je?
nee.
Nee,
niet
het is,
grappig?
het is... Er is een groot verschil tussen mensen, snapt u? En ik snap dat u ons niet begrijpt. Dus vandaar.
Kijk, weet je wat de
Nou ja,
placebo...
ik bevraag jullie gewoon.
Oké.
Proberen
Om te snappen, toch?
gesprek te raken.
Tuurlijk.
Maar
Ja.
als ik het er niet helemaal mee eens ben, is het niet meteen dat ik het niet begrijp.
Oké.
Het is een beetje flauw om te zeggen.
Maar
Niet aardig.
weet je wat de placebo is?
Ja?
Oké, sommige studies hebben ze laten zien dat mensen die een placebo hebben gekregen en mensen die de echte medicijn hebben gekregen, die mensen die placebo hebben gekregen, sommige van ze zeggen, hé, ik voel me beter. Ik ben genezen van de ziekte dat ik had. Heb je daarvan nooit gehoord?
Ja, natuurlijk. Maar placebo...
Maar weet je wat dat betekent? Weet je wat dat betekent?
Ja, dat weet ik wel.
Dat betekent sommige mensen hebben de mind of power. Mind over matter. Dat betekent wanneer ze die placebo nemen, die dokter weet het is nep, maar die persoon weet het niet. Wanneer hij die neppe dingen neemt, opeens voelt hij zichzelf genezen. Weet je wat dat is? Dat is self-healing made manifest by the mind.
Dat is een heel belangrijk deel van genezing.
Ja,
is
je
ook
mind.
jezelf.
Daarom
Ja.
moet je altijd vrolijk zijn. Kinderen die kanker hebben, die vrolijk je op, toch? Tenminste, dat doen ze toch?
Ja, maar dan ga je bijna zeggen dat als iemand kanker heeft,
Niet altijd.
dat het komt omdat je...
Nee.
Nee,
Dat zijn niet. Maar ik zeg,
Nou, ik vind het interessant om te horen.
is goed.
Ja, ik vind het wel akelig dat je het per se over witte mensen doet.
Waarom? Want hun zijn toch de baas van de aarde?
Zijn toch, ja,
Dus
zijn
hun
er
zetten
meer
de
mensen
regels?
baas?
Nee, helemaal
Nou,
niet.
ik wil een vraag doen. Hè. Welke ras is overal ter wereld gegaan om te stelen, roven, moorden, verkrachten en koloniseren? Waren het de Chinezen, Arabieren,
dat weet
Japanners?
Oké, dat weet ik
Dus
niet hoor.
welke
Dat
ras?
weet ik,
Oké,
zeg ik.
oké.
Welke ras was
Ik ben kunstenaar. Ik ben een project bezig over Kitty Kotti en ik weet
Maar waarom wil je dan niet dat we over de waarheid praten? Want dit is de waarheid. Ik
Welke
zeg,
ras was
Het
het
is
dan?
niet één waarheid, maar het is wel, dat waren witte mensen.
Precies.
Ja,
Dus daarom hebben we het over
maar
hen.
dat is ook
Want-
vreselijk.
Het is gebaseerd op acties die zij hebben gedaan.
Juist.
Snap je?
Ja.
Dat is gewoon de waarheid. Kijk, we praten alleen over de gebeurtenissen. Snap
Van
je?
history.
En de gevolgen die dat gaat hebben voor hun in de toekomst. De derde wereldoorlog, hongersnood.
En wat wil je dan
niet-
bereiken? Wat wil je
Wat ik wil bereiken
Denk
is
je dat het gaat
deze.
helpen wat jullie hier zeggen?
Wat ik wil bereiken is
Ja?
dit. Wij gaan onze mensen leren wie wij zijn en wat wij zijn.
Ja?
En daarvoor gaat de Heavenly Father in de mind zetten van oké, deze moeten niet vernietigd worden. En dan wanneer de end in van de wereld komen, we zijn er al in, worden ze gered gebaseerd op de knowledge dat ze hebben. Knowledge, wisdom and understanding shall be the stability of thy times. Dus daarom moeten we onze mensen waarschuwen van de RFID-chip. We moeten ze waarschuwen van de wolf die daar zo komt. Want wij zijn schapen in de midst van wolven. Wij hebben geen land. Wij hebben geen geld. Wij hebben niks. Wij zijn afhankelijk van een andere ras die ons voedt. En ze zetten allerlei gift in het eten, zoals GMO, zoals een fluoride in het water, chemtrails in de lucht. Wij willen onze mensen wakker maken zodat ze verstandig genoeg zijn om die boeren willen zijn. En dat wij weer terug willen gaan naar het land van herkomst. Daar willen wij terug. En wat wij daar ook gaan doen is, al de goud en zilver en diamanten dat hier zo in hun museum zijn, onze artefacten, dat we niet mogen terugpakken. En we moeten betalen om het te kunnen zien in het museum, weer terug naar ons komen. En alles wat hun hebben, gaat niet meer van hun zijn. Want hetzelfde gaat gebeuren. Precies als wat God heeft gedaan met de Egyptenaren. Nadat ze de kinderen van Israël 400 jaar in slavernij hebben gezet, zijn ze vernietigd. Precies hetzelfde gaat met de zogenoemde witte ras gebeuren. Waarom? De vader is een man van justice, maar rechtvaardigheid. Bijvoorbeeld, ik weet dat je weg moet. Ik weet dat je weg moet, maar kijk, bijvoorbeeld Sinterklaas, toch? Heel veel mensen vinden dat niet racistisch of zo. Oké, als ik op hun joden herdenk, maar dat vinden ze, daarom gaan ze er nog steeds mee door. En de winkels doen ook lekker mee. Als, ja, ik weet het, maar als ik op hun jodenherdenking ga en ik verkleed mezelf als een nazi, maar ik geef snoepjes aan de kinderen, gaan ze zeggen, hé, dat kan niet, dat is de leid van de joden. Wacht even, de leid wat de slaven hebben meegemaakt, dat zitten jullie elke jaar mee te spelen op 5 december. Dus nu doe ik het en nu voel je die pijn. Dus alleen wanneer jij het voelt, dan is het racistisch. Precies hetzelfde doen jullie bij ons. Zulke dingen gaan allemaal voor gestraft moeten worden. Waarom? De geloof in rechtvaardigheid. Waarom moet je daarover nadenken? Rechtvaardigheid, geloof je erin of niet? Dat iets dat justice is, justice. Rechtvaardigheid.
Ik geloof dat je zelf hier voelt wat...
Maar daar is je mind niet en je voelt niet met je buik. Dat is een figure of speech van, oh, I feel it in my guts. Weet je hoe je denkt en voelt? Hier.
Weet je, nu vind ik het genoeg. Ik
Waarom?
wens jullie heel veel succes. Nou, omdat ik naar huis wil.
Doet u aan het denken, hè?
Hè?
Doet u aan het denken,
Ik
hè?
vind het interessant.
Nee.
Ik ben alleen maar geïnteresseerd.
Oké, ja.
Ja.
Maar je denkt dat je met je guts voelt? Het is een figure of speech.
Ik
Oké.
denk dat je het nu hier...
Juist.
Ja. Maar voelen,
Ja. Voel je met je hart?
ik voel het hier ook bij mezelf.
Oh, bij je hart?
Oké.
Je hart voel je? Nee, ik vraag je wat.
Ja, ik wil naar huis.
Oké, nee, maar ik vraag je alleen als je bij je
Ja,
hart...
blijft vragen, dus ik kom niet weg. Ja.
Oké.
Is goed.
Ja.
Is goed, ja?
Succes hoor.
Is goed.
Ja,
Is
het
goed.
beste.
Is goed. Oké.
Let's eat for you.
Is goed.
En one sweet day. Ik weet niet of je Surinaams bent of iets anders.
Ja, ja.
Dus
Ja, wel.
one sweet day for you. Brantani.
Wat een sweet idee. Oké, dank je wel.
Taki.
Is goed. Je bent goed gaan leren daar zo. Ben je daar gaan leren of hier zo?
Ik ben in Suriname geweest voor mijn werk.
Oh.
En ik zei het al, ik doe een project over cultuur.
Oké.
En kunst. Ja.
Is
Oké,
goed.
succes.
Is goed, oké. Right, let's go back to where we were. It was it. That was funny.
You want to go home?
Is it? I kept it here. That's one of my tricks.
She got
I
nightmares.
always keep talking conversation, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. Because she's interested. But the funny thing is, you have always got these Edomites, they got them soft-spoken voices.
War is in their heart.
She's like, yo, I don't want to talk about it right now, Nishi.
When she started finding out, like, oh shit,
Oh, shit.
let me get out of
I
here,
don't want
man.
to talk about it right now. But you keep on holding me here.
What's
I'm
good?
like, y'all ain't holding you nothing.
Even the
She
white
probably
thing,
thought,
Conscience.
throw it inside. Like,
Hey,
white
can I read the scripture?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
This is Hebrews 4 and 12, man.
Today is the day of the Hebrews.
Hebrews 4 and 12. For
Day,
the
Hebrew day.
For the-
6, 4, 5. Now he's jumping up in what?
Hebrews 4 and 12.
4.
For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword,
Slice.
piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Cut.
That's why she was conflicted. She was like, hey, shit,
He's
I
like
got to get out of here, man.
Hey,
She thought that we were stupid niggas.
Yeah, man.
Let me see what these idiots are talking about.
but it's funny, man. You know what's real funny? When the female got a soft-spoken voice. I don't even know why you dudes like dudes, man. You see? But can you read on? Who's reading? Hey, what's up? Yeah, who was reading?
Yeah,
He was
I
reading
finished.
Hebrews 8. He was reading Hebrews 8. Hebrews 8. Give me the rest. Give me the rest, and then but then we leave after this.
Hebrews 8 and 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless,
You got a question?
Just like
What are you talking? Dutch or English?
Nederlands.
Wat gaan jullie hier doen? Wat is daar? Feest?
Straks.
Oh, Dutch.
Ja, daar.
Nee, Ziggo, Harry Styles.
Ken ik niet, man.
Ken je One Direction?
Ja,
Ken je One
heb ik
Direction?
van gehoord.
Ja, één van hun.
Justin Bieber types.
Ja.
Oh, kijk ze alle drie. Ja.
Ja, je ziet die kledingstijl. Ik weet gelijk van
Oké.
een beetje die categorie. weet je.
Oké, jullie houden van hem zeker.
Heel mijn hart.
Ik heb nooit van hem gehoord. Ik kijk niet echt naar die. Ja.
Wat zei je?
We zijn de Bijbel aan het prikken. Iets wat jullie niet willen horen, want jullie gaan toch daar zo.
Dus?
Je hoort helemaal niet naar deze dingen te gaan. Want kijk, is dat je idol?
Nee, maar
Maar heb je een idol?
God first, altijd.
Oh, oké, dat is goed. Hey, oké. Maar want mensen gaan een idol daar volgen, dat weet je toch? Hij is een idol. Voor de majority. Daarom zeggen ze zo, the next American Idol. Als hij zo'n zanger is en zo, en heel veel mensen houden van hem, dan is hij best wel een idol. Hij is iets dat iemand naar opkijkt. Maar die grap is, als hij gewoon een regular Joe Smo was, die gewoon hier liep, jij zal niet van hem houden. Weet je hoeveel kills hier zo lopen die van jou houden? Jij... Good job.
Maar Harry Styles?
Harry!
Let me go down.
Je kent alles je kent alles.
Dat past niet bij je.
Je kent al zijn teksten, je kent al zijn liedjes, je weet hoe oud hij is, je kent zijn tweede naam
weet waar hij
misschien,
woont.
je kent zijn laatste
Naam
naam,
van zijn moeder, zijn
je,
vader.
je weet iedereen met wie hij is geweest.
Je hebt helemaal gelijk.
Weet je, zie je, dat bedoel ik. Dus ja, basically ja, man. Maar dit is over de Bijbel, man. Die mensen in de Bijbel praten over deze mensen. Dus basically, dus daarover hebben we het. Maar ik weet dag niet verpesten met de Bijbel, wat? Oh, oké.
Ik ben islamitisch. Vandaag is offerfeest. Dus voor mij is het ook een heilige dag vandaag.
Oké, of een feest voor wat?
Slagfeest voor
Feest van
Ramadan.
de zoon van Abraham. Zouden ze toch offeren?
Ja, en dat
Ja.
is uiteindelijk niet gebeurd.
Dat is uiteindelijk niet gebeurd.
Ja.
Weet je welke zoon dat was?
Zijn maar eerlijk.
Isaac.
Ja.
In de Koran staat er Ishmael.
Nee, staat niet de naam.
Maar ze zeggen dat het Ishmael is.
Ze denken dat het Ismaël is.
Ja, maar in de Bijbel staat het is Isaac. Weet je toch? En in de Koran staat ook in de boeken van 222 staat er zo van.
Surah 2.
Kan je Arabisch lezen?
Ik lees alleen, maar ik versta het niet.
Oké. Je verstaat het niet.
Nee.
Hoe kan je het lezen?
Terwijl ik naar de moskee ben geweest om te leren Koran lezen, maar ik begrijp niet wat er staat.
Oké, dit is de Koran zo toch? En dan hier zo, Al-Baqarah. Zo heet het toch? Al-Baqarah. Al-Baqarah of
Bakara.
Al-Baqarah. Oké, Al-Baqarah. En dan 122. Alleen dit hoor, want ik zie je staat aan te pompen om weg te gaan. Ik zeg je zo.
Dus dat is gewoon heel ongeduldig.
Ja, kan je dit lezen? Wat daar staat? Niet laten vallen. Hè?
Ik heb
Het is een oude
weggescrollt.
telefoon, ik wil het niet laten maken, ik wil het houden.
weggescrollt.
Oh shit. Ik heb wel eigenlijk weggeschoten. Hoe zijn je vingers zo dik dan? Nee, hoor.
Dat is niet zo aardig.
Nee, ik weet het. Nee, ik weet het. Je hebt tiny vingers, man. Dat is een joke. Kijk je vingers. Jouw middelvinger is mijn pink. Kijk dan. Kijk hier. Even dit. Kijk hier. Kijk hier. Mijn pink is jouw middelvinger. Zo klein is de middelvinger. Tuurlijk heb je geen dikke vingers.
Ga maar nu proberen goed te praten.
Het is just een joke. Je weet dat het niet echt is. 122. letterlijk, hè? Don't make it fall.
Don't make it.
Kan je dat lezen?
Ik ga niet hardop lezen.
Nee. Heb je het verstaan? Oh,
Ik lees het in het Engels daarom.
oké.
Ja.
Ja. Zei je dat?
Wat wordt ermee bedoeld?
Het wordt ermee bedoeld dat in de Koran staat dat de kinderen van Israël, Allah heeft hun hoger gemaakt dan alle andere nations op de planeet aarde. Dus, de Koran is gebaseerd op de 5 eerste boeken van Mozes, toch?
Ja, ik geloof ook in alle andere boeken.
Oké, maar dat betekent ook dus dan dat de Koran van dit afstamt. De andere boeken hebben ze weggehaald, hebben ze andere dingen erin geschreven natuurlijk. Maar de eerste 5 boeken van de Bijbel, van Genesis tot en met Deuteronomy, dat is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers en Deuteronomy. Die 5 boeken is de Koran op gebaseerd. Heel veel mensen mogen zeggen zo van ja, en, de Bijbel is herschreven en al dat soort dingen. Oké. Dat is ook waar, want er zijn vele verschillende vertalingen. Maar er zijn ook heel veel verschillende vertalingen van de Koran. En ik heb ze allemaal op die app. Dus al die vertalingen heb ik. Dus het zijn allemaal verschillende vertalingen. Dus ja, basically dus. Dus ja, dat is basically wat we hier zo doen. Which is gewoon de Bijbel vertegenwoordigen. En we zeggen dat onze Lord er zo uitziet.
Ja.
En niet
Niet met
zo.
je voet erop staan.
Oh, ja, is gewoon, we worshipen dat niet.
Nee,
is
maar
gewoon
niet.
een
Het is gewoon
voorbeeld.
disrespect.
Ja, ik weet wat je bedoelt. Die andere man die hier was, zei het ook. Maar niet dat. Volgens de scriptures. Hè? Want de scriptures zegt zo, hij heeft de huid als gebrande bras. En hij heeft haren net een schaap.
Ja.
Wie heeft haren net een schaap? Er zijn maar 2 haren op de aarde. Weet je welke 2? Weet je welke 2? Je hebt schapenharen en geitenharen. Wat voor textuur is geit? Oké, wat voor textuur is schaap? Dat is het. Het staat zo dat de vader heeft haren als een schaap. En zijn zoon hebben haren als een schaap. Dus basically, wij weten al wie het is. Maar...
Ja, maar dat
als
is
je
sowieso niet logisch, omdat hij
Van
komt
het
uit het
Midden-Oosten.
Midden-Oosten.
Ja, daarom dat is altijd.
Maar dat was toch gemaakt door
Jezus,
zo'n
witte man. Ik zeg nee, het is geen witte man. Het komt uit het Midden-Oosten.
Dat
Dat is
je
toch
dat
een
weet.
beeld die gemaakt was door een kunstenaar. En
Ja,
kunstenaar
hij
uiteindelijk van alles.
en Leonardo.
Ja.
Michelangelo en Leonardo da Vinci.
Ja.
Die hadden een competitie over wie hun minnaar het beste kon deze schilderen.
Michelangelo heeft ook voor paus gebouwd.
Klopt, dat duurde iets van 2 jaar, 2 of 3 jaar om dat beeld te maken. Klopt.
Ja. Dus ja, basically daarmee zijn we bezig. En zo.
Mooi. Heel mooi wat jullie doen.
Lord willing is het mooi.
Succes.
Is
goed,
goed,
succes.
oké, doe
Fijne
this.
dag nog.
Right.
But you
Can
remember my breakdown? I did all 4 of them. Michelangelo, Donatello,
Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael. That's what he said, player. I was laughing, man. I couldn't. It was here.
Ganzoef.
Was it there?
Ganzoef, yeah. That's why I say Ganzoef. See if you
But she
catch
also
on.
has the bag with the colors, but she's not a Solomon.
She probably
At
is.
least, but the thing is, this is a classic example of what the West does, man. She's an Ishmaelite, right? She has a high holy day actually today, which is the offering party of the son of Abraham not being sacrificed. And she's the most provocative rearing of them
Yeah,
all,
of them
all the
all,
time, man. She has a stomach out and everything.
Right, man. Belly poking.
Belly poking.
It's like if she turns, she probably hits you. Boom.
Yeah,
That's how far it poke out, man.
That's what the Western world. That's how the Western world corrupts anything that it touches.
That
Man.
it touches. You know what I'm saying? You hanging around them, you're gonna start shaving your head like that guy over there with the back of the head.
Long ass
Lekker
rasta,
balsek.
but still shaving.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, that's why you know. Yeah, that's how you know the most.
Head and
That's how you know
shoulders.
the Most High Spirit is in Jake. As soon as you back in school days, right? As soon as you see somebody with a flesh, with the flesh, right? I was thinking about that like way back in the days. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey,
That's
shalom.
fine. Yeah, man. Oh. As soon as you see somebody with the back like the flesh of the back of his head, you wait until he turns around. And he'd be like, ooh, bitch.
Boom, your hand
Ah,
up.
man, what you doing, man? Hey, man, you shouldn't shave your head bald like that. And then he know for next time not to do it again. But that's spiritual, man. Why do you smack somebody in the back of the head when they shave the back of the head? Why?
And I remember my mother didn't allow me to cut too clean, man. I remember when I was young, my mother always told me that I wasn't allowed. I don't know, and she doesn't even know why, you know. But it's in the spirit, man.
Right.
That we shouldn't be cutting short, you know, or bald, man.
Mark the corners
Hey,
of your...
I have a scripture.
Okay.
So this is Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication,
That's their philosophers.
and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
They're getting fat, man. They're getting fat, and not fat like with the stomach. They're getting fat with their riches, and they're living fat too. Go on. Can you go on?
Oh, God.
Looking at that girl.
Yeah, the girl that was asking for us to, how do you say that? Pray for me.
Oh yeah, the girl that was asking us to pray for her. Where is she?
It's over there, sitting there.
Over there. Oh yeah, over there.
And I heard another
And
voice.
they Muslim too.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I think
Arab.
she's she's Muslim.
She's
think
an Arab.
You think?
Yeah. She's an Arab.
Provocative as hell.
Yeah, man.
Again, another one, man. Another example, man.
That shows you what this westernized mind can do to people.
Yeah, man.
It can make you throw aside your own Quran.
And they are worse, huh? When they get into the Western world and they get a taste of Esau's philosophies, hey, they rebel hard against everything they learn. They get they become the super feminists. They start writing books, writing articles. They want to get famous,
Right.
you know, and they get death threats, of course, you know. But there's a lot of Ishmaelites like that, man.
Like that coolie looking Arab type of chick from Miss Khalif or something like that. Not Wiz Khalif, but Mia Khalif.
Mia
Like
Khalif,
that porn star.
Porn star, yeah.
Yeah. That girl. She went berserk hardcore. She went so berserk hardcore that she made it into the top fucking 100 or something like that, man.
Mia Khalif. Even we
From,
know her.
from all the million females that take their clothes off for money and suck penis on a screen, she made it to the top 100 or something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have done a lot of gruesome shit for you to beat all these other white chicks. You know, you got it.
Every hole.
Every hoe she beat.
No, every hole.
Oh shit, I
That's
don't
even
talk about
worse.
that shit. I thought he said every hoe. Yeah, every hoe she beat. Every hoe. Oh no. We ain't gonna talk about that. Go to Hebrew. I knew you was gonna go. Go to Hebrews 8. Finish Hebrews 8.
Hebrews 8 and 7. For if that
Until 13, then we leave.
How many verses is that?
That's count. I don't know. That's why I told you. Wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm so stupid. He tricked me, right? So I was thinking to myself, like, shit. If I answer it stupid, I'm gonna fuck up. You do it. I ain't gonna make that mistake.
I'm gonna be right back.
Hebrews 8 and 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless,
Right?
then should no place have been sought for the second.
That's why we need it, because it says in where was it again? It says in the chapter 7 that the Hebrews 7 and 19. For the law made nothing perfect, but bring it in a better hope. But the bringing in of a better hope did, by the which we drew near unto Yahweh. We draw near unto Yahweh. So, the first covenant never made unto perfection. It couldn't, because it wasn't created like that. The second covenant is going to make unto perfection. That's when Yahweh Shai is going to come back and he's going to give us that second covenant, which is the agreement that the new agreement that the Most High will make with the sons of Israel. Yeah, it is the sons of Israel, right? If you watch that word children, it doesn't exist in the Hebrew. It says sons. But Esau, being a feminist at heart, he would say boys and girls. That's not what it says in the Hebrew. When it speaks about the sons of Israel, it speaks about the sons of Israel. When it speaks about the daughters of Israel, it speaks about the daughters of Israel. There's no word for children in the Hebrew. It doesn't say that. It's only the sons or the daughters. Only two type of words exist for so-called children, and it's not kids, because kid is a goat that you sacrifice. Well, back in the ancient days, they sacrificed kids, right? So go on.
For finding fault with them, he said, Behold, the day come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Right.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
Right.
Because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor.
Why? Because every man will already know it. Go on.
And every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me.
And now until this day in 2022, how much July is it today? How many is it today? Oh man, I don't even know. 9 July. Until this day, 2022, 9 July. Not all the people know Israel. If you ask the Israelite, right, you know he's an Israelite. If you ask him, hey, what race are you? Well, I'm black. Tell him that's a color. It's not a race. He don't know how to answer that. He don't know. He's gonna name himself a continent or a country. I'm Guyanese. Okay, that's a country. So what tribe are you? He don't know. They don't know. Yeah, okay, wait. We from West Africa originally. See, we from West Africa originally. Okay, that's an area of a continent. That's a direction of a continent. Sorry, not an area. Well, it's an area, but it's a direction. It's a direction on a continent, West Africa. It's still not a race. The point is they don't know. They don't know. Can you go on?
Know the Lord, for all shall know me,
Right?
from the least to the greatest.
That shows you that there will be ranking system in the kingdom. You will have the least of the Israelites, which are the false prophets and the false teachers, and the ones that don't teach the law and don't keep them. And then you're going to have the ones that do keep them, which is Daniel chapter 12, which explains that the one king, many have turned to righteousness, shall be brighter than the stars.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Right? Daniel 2, and only that one, then we go on.
Daniel 2.
Right. And 4. I think it was 4 or 3. 3. They that have turned many to righteousness. They that turn many to righteousness. This is Daniel 2.
Yeah, 2 and
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Let me see.
No. The king said unto them.
Daniel 12. Damn, what
Yeah, Daniel 12. I thought so, man.
You said it in the
Daniel
said it.
12 and 1. Daniel 12 and 2.
Yeah.
That's it.
12 and
That's so, man. This is Daniel 12 and 2. And many of them that sleep in the
three.
God.
Wait, let me see. Yeah, 3.
Come. Daniel chapter 12, verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the...
That's, Lord willing, that is what we're doing. We're turning many to righteousness, starting with the elder apostles on down. Don't forget that. Because they turned many to righteousness, man. Think about that. Think about how many men think about how many men they actually turned to righteousness, man. Yo, this scripture is talking about them, man. You know what I'm saying? And we the little babies, man. I don't care about that. As long as I'm like a little star, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna be bright. They're gonna be brighter than brighter is bright, man. You know what I'm saying? For the many souls that they have turned unto righteousness, man. We're a fruit of that. Yahweh. And we know that they turned others to righteousness too, but those fruits fell. They fell off. Why? Not because they're bad teachers, no. Because they was wicked in the first place. They was never a part of the ministry coming from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh to the elder apostles on down. They was never a part of that. They just came around like a bunch of squid, and you got like a bunch of lobsters.
I was just thinking about that.
Lapsters. You know what I'm saying? Doing lap dances and shit. You know, it's those type of dudes. They're coming around us, and we're them fish, we're swimming. And here you got snakes and beasts, scorpions. You know, you got water scorpions too.
There's a beast coming right there.
Where?
This one right there. It's trespass.
Oh. But anyway, so you got a lot of fishes that are not meant to actually make it, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of fishes that are not meant to make it, because the Lord, He will make men fishes of men, right? His men, and then therefore they'll go around and fishing, and sometimes you're gonna catch sharks, man. You're gonna catch a couple of dudes that be like sharks, real beastly like. They're abusers of this world, abusers of the trust of friends, lying to you in your face. You know,
Sometimes
you got beasts.
Sometimes you think, hey, this guy cool, man. You know, this guy cool. Why doesn't he understand the truth? Then I be talking to him, and he told me that beat his father's ass, man. I said, oh, okay, okay. Then in my back of my mind, I was like, that's why he's gonna die. But you might think that the guy is cool and all that, but he a degenerate, man. He
And the
is
word-
a degenerate. Man.
And the word degenerate means unlike your forefathers.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hitting his father in his face. Crazy, man. Yeah, man. Because he came to visit him after he was grown up. He was angry about it. His father wanted to give him a hand or a hug. And he beat him.
Fucking father.
Beat him. He said, you can't touch me.
Yeah, you gotta have mad
And he
demons.
fathered his father.
What?
Yeah, man. But when you see him, he cool cat, man.
Hey, that guy's gonna be, that guy's a demon, man.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand, he do the same to his children. I bet your ass he been with a girl that he don't like, and then he leave. You gotta understand your father's period, the time period. They didn't really have condoms like that. They didn't use condoms like that. Until this day, motherfuckers don't use condoms. Just make babies and just dip. But the funny part is, back in the days, condoms was even less. That was before the AIDS days and shit like that. AIDS came in the 80s, man. What you talking about, Willis? You know what I'm saying? So back in the 70s and stuff like that, you know, the 60s, they've been having sex with these people. But they didn't use no condoms, man. So they bust nuts all over the place. And sometimes the girl got pregnant and sometimes they didn't. But once they got pregnant, you know, he's like, yo, you was just a jump off, man. I don't want to be with you. And then he bounced off. Well, you do the same. How many girls you been with that you don't even like? If you say one, then you're already wrong. You know what I'm saying? But then you gotta picture that as your mama and your daddy. I ain't trying to disrespect you or your mama, but I'm gonna tell you this. Your mama done saw, your father done saw your mother like a jump off. If he's not with her now. That's the same way that you look at girls that you just wanna, you know, scratching your ball sacks and shit like, oh man, shit, oh yeah. When they walk by, that's how your daddy looked at your mama like, oh yeah, man, shit, what's up, shit. And then that is what happened, man.
Get a little something.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Finna give me a little something. And then she got pregnant, and he was like, oh shit, gotta go.
Yeah, man.
I hear my mama calling, wait, I'm going back. And then he never turned back again. And then you grow up, and then basically you turn just like your father, meaning you go about the same way fucking bitches left and right. But now, with your lucky dumbass, you got a condom on. If this was like back in the days when he's not even being around, you would just make babies all over the place and you wouldn't even like them. Because that's the same thing that your father did to your mother. So that's the short.
And our mother's a bunch of demons too, man.
Yeah, man.
She just nice to you because
Yeah.
you're her son, man.
Yeah.
But when she gave your father all kind of help.
Hell.
You know how many testimonies there's of brothers when they talk about these type of things. You know that they know that their mother used to be demons, man.
Yeah, of course.
Are demons because the way that they treat the father, you know.
Of course.
Their father, you know.
Of course, man.
Talk bad about him, you know. Try to
But-
block a relationship between you and him.
Right. But when you was spreading your legs, you had no hatred.
No.
Because that was the time of love. Just like in the scriptures, there's a time of love and there's a time of hate. You was in the time of love at that moment in time. I said, as soon as you got pregnant, you turned into the time of the area of the time of hate. So you started hating on him. Or maybe he was hating on you. Because we know a dude that when his wife got pregnant, he started beating her up.
Yeah, he was.
Why would you get pregnant, mother? I don't want no babies in this kingdom. That's what he did, man. Wicked ass nigga, man. We kicked him the fuck out the kingdom.
Yeah, man.
Fucking demon.
Because this ain't no he-man woman hating club,
No,
man.
man.
This is teaching the scriptures, man.
And you treat your wife right if your wife is right.
Yeah, you give respect to the ones that deserve respect, man.
Right.
And you don't give up your whole soul to someone that doesn't respect you.
Right.
Understand?
You know what I'm saying? That's what we teach, and we got that out of scriptures.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And morally wise, just normally in the world, you wouldn't do that either, man. Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't go around, you know, you shouldn't go around doing crazy stuff with your girl and stuff like that, man. Why would you do that? That means there's something ain't right in your mind. She didn't do anything. She didn't sleep with another man or whatever. So why are you being a demon to her? You know what I'm saying? Just be normal. Just treat her like how you want to be treated, right? Just like how you treat your brothers. Treat your friends according to the scriptures, how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? If they go off, then you tell them, pull them on the side and talk to them like, hey man, listen man, I ain't doing stuff like that to you. So I would appreciate it if you don't do stuff like that to me. You can tell your girl the same things, but I know a female is more hard-headed because you love listening to Satan. Even if you tell her like, listen, I don't want you dressing like that. But what's wrong? I don't get it. Because you're stupid.
And if you wise, you cut that shit off
Immediately.
with the quickness.
That's why he shouldn't just drop babies in girls. He should analyze them first, and then, you know, then understand what's really going down. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can't just drop babies up in a girl just like that, puff, 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 just because she looks right, make your dick hard. It don't matter. She make your dick hard now, but she gonna get your fucking head hard later. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start hitting your head against the stone wall. Why? Like that guy Tyrese. What more do you want from me? Crying like a little girl. But that hitting the sheet was feeling good, right? And the aftermath. Just like how Dr. Dre had the song, had the album Aftermath, huh? With the blow up, right? The aftermath of the nuclear war.
9 months later.
9 months later. 9 months later. You know what I'm saying?
What more do you want from me? I just
Crying.
want my baby.
Right.
With the high voice.
Right. Man, you are you're
You
funny.
could never come back
Yo,
from
man,
that.
dude made himself ridiculous on that shit, man. Why would you record yourself crying about your daughter?
Snot coming out of
Why?
his nose.
Why would you do that, man?
Snot and shit coming out.
You better keep that shit behind closed doors and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You better keep it in the safe. You better have the throw away the fucking key. Don't even remember the
You
code
better
no
burn
more.
that motherfucker. That's what you're talking about.
That's it.
You remind yourself, let me
Fuck
burn
out of
this
here,
shit.
man. To use that shit from MIB, Men in Black. That thing. Forget. You even forget that you did that shit, man. Put it online. For who? For the world to see? they're gonna ridicule the shit out you. You know, and the people the people on internet is cruel as fuck, man. They got horrible jokes for people, man.
You have memes.
They have horrible
Hey,
memes, man.
If someone thinks it's funny, man, they cut your head off, put your face on something else,
Like
and
Michael
then they
Jordan.
send it, and everyone can laugh.
Yeah.
Then
Like Michael
someone else
Jordan.
thinks it, does the same thing.
Right.
Michael Jordan with
With
the
his
eyes,
cry,
right?
yep.
With the cry. Till
Yep.
this day, man.
Until this day. What you want to say, man?
There was also one brother sent that video of a cop that was on the internet, and he wanted to challenge the people for boxing.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
and he said, you said, and he said like, if you want if you want to fight me and without my badge, you can go on. And then
He said, this is what he said. He said on the phone, he's like, you know what? I hear guys, you know, this one guy, he said to the other cop, why don't you take off that badge and let's fight? You know? And then he said, you know, why don't you do that with me? Why don't we sign a waiver and you can get in the ring with me? 2 minutes later, he was like, then he gets on another one. He's like, look, man, you got a whole bunch of people that are sending their thing, want to fight me, professional boxers, MMA fighters, you know, they've been training fighting for 300 years. He said, you know, you guys don't even know me personally, you know? All this, he started bitching up. Yeah.
Yeah, man, but
Bitched up
the
quick.
reaction that you get is not something that you expect. So that shows you that they're small brain because they think like the world is small. All of a sudden, when you're on the internet talking that trash, all of a sudden you see the world is getting closer and closer. Then they start backing up.
And he's a
Because
big
the
guy.
world is far, right?
He's a big guy. He's
Right.
swole up, you know,
Yeah,
he's
he's
buff.
Yeah.
Tattoos, he look tough as fuck.
All that soul ain't doing shit because you got the skinny little dudes that been hitting the gym and know how to kick your fucking leg. You know what I'm saying? So they keep on kicking their leg. You know what I'm saying? All that big ass body that you
Until
got.
you wear out.
Right.
Hey.
All that big ass body that
Only
you got.
they finish you with low kicks, man.
Right, man. And they keep away from you too. You're trying to grab them, stumble and fall. Because what big guys love to do, they like to grab you. Trying to get on you with the weight. And then they start pounding on you,
Make
right?
you tired. Yeah.
It's fast little motherfuckers, they kick your fucking leg, boy. And you stop running. After a while, you're gonna be like, hey, wait.
Take down the foundation.
Take down the foundation.
Hey,
All of a sudden, this guy walking like with a limp.
Low kicks and body
You know?
shots.
This is one time I was fighting back unlicensed, and there was this big Jake, big swole Jake, and he couldn't find no fights. I was like, hey, I'll fight you. You know, I stood up. I'm like $160, right? And then he said, wait a minute, this guy's coming too quick at me. He said, no, I don't want to fight you. Then he found out about me. He comes to my gym, and he's watching me train. He's like, if we would fight, I would end up doing some dirty shit, kicking you and shit like that. Yeah.
That's what's going down, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's finish this up, man. We almost done. We almost out of here. You know what I'm saying? Got the skank class. That's $2 whole clothing.
Yeah, man, a bunch of hoes, man. Shit.
That's like a really that's like a $2 whole clothing. Can you finish it?
Hebrews 8 and 12. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. In that he said, a new covenant he had made the first old.
He had made the first old, man. But we still in the old covenant right now. You know what I'm saying? We're still in the old covenant. He had made the first old. We're still in the first one. We are not in the second. Right? So go on.
Now that which
You gotta be a real demon, man, like for real. As a man wearing a fucking belly button.
Oh,
And dude,
damn, man.
That guy over there with the red t-shirt.
Revelation 18,
That
man.
shit's fucking funny as shit.
Everyone has drunken of the wine of the wrath of his fornication.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what that is, man.
Oh,
He has drunken of the wine of the wrath of Babylon's fornication, man.
right. You know what I'm saying? That shit is it's just too funny. I can't even get angry at that shit, man. I'm like, that's Esau in his natural habitat, in his natural state.
Belly
You know what I'm
button
saying?
shit.
Hey, what's up, man? Showing up in a t-shirt showing the belly button, man. That dude shit. Can you finish it?
now that which decayeth and waxeth old
Now that which decayed and waxeth old
is ready to vanish away.
It's ready to vanish away. And what decayeth and waxeth old? First and foremost, these bodies, and we get old. That is going to be done away with because we're going to be turned into immortals. Give me that scripture, 1 Corinthians 15. Because that which decayeth and waxeth old is going to vanish away. You know? Right. Go on.
15.
Oh, 1 Corinthians 15 and start at 51.
51?
Yeah.
Come,
Oh, you
1
got-
Corinthians 15 and 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all
He's
sleep,
like one of them thieves. That,
but we shall all be changed.
we shall all be changed, man.
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye,
Just like that.
at the last trump,
At the last trump, when the nuclear missiles hit, when the last trump of that trumpet is sound for the sound of war.
come. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible,
The ones that died in this truth,
and we shall be changed.
we shall be changed, man.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption,
Right, because we're dead basically too. You know, but the ones that died in Yahushua, which is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 on down. You can read it there. What?
I believe it's 5.
It's not 5.
It's 4.
It's
Oh,
4.
okay.
I know it's 4.
Come. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this
we are corruptible.
mortal must put on immortality.
Right. So I can give you the example. On the Shabbat, all of a sudden now you want to fucking listen to music.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you want to go clean your room. As soon as the Shabbat is over, it's gone. Now on the Shabbat, you start your shit start erecting for no fucking reason, man. You start getting an erection for no reason. Be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
All of a sudden, and
Dirty thoughts.
during the week, you ain't just getting that spontaneously. Maybe when you wake up, but normally, like walking the street, you ain't just giving a standing ovation like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But once it's the Shabbat, all of a sudden you get straight up standing ovation. So salute, dog. He's just standing
You
up, man.
start marching after every other
Right.
shit.
You ain't even looking at girls. That shit just, hey man, what's wrong over here, man? Peeping. Hey man, what's really going down? Hey man, why you hiding me like that, man? I want to see what's going on, man. Poking out your pants, you know?
Belt extra tight.
Hey man, what you doing, man?
Walking down the
You
street
choking
like
me out?
this.
You cover,
Walking down the street
choking me, man.
hiding it.
You taking away all the oxygen. Is it real? It's kind of damp around here. I can't see.
Stop, motherfucker.
Groping in the darkness, man. What's wrong with you?
This is abuse.
You know what I'm saying? This is a violation of my human rights. Hey man, finish this scripture that go on, man. Oh, it's okay. So that, what's it? What was you reading? Oh yeah. I finished it.
It was actually...
No, it's not finished.
Oh, okay.
Immortality.
Come. Verse 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality,
Yeah.
then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Death is swallowed up in victory, man. That's when the old decayed. It says here, that which decayed and waxeth old is ready to vanish. Yeah, man. The first covenant is old and decayed and is ready to vanish. The new covenant is new and it's never gonna vanish again, and it's never gonna get old. You know what I'm saying? So the first covenant is done away with. Is going to be done away with. And then the second covenant is going to be an everlasting covenant, which we won't break like we did the first. So with that, we're going to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. And shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Shalom.